Summer is a great time to foster a love of reading in kids, and Albuquerque's own Alamosa Books has a reading program to help you encourage your little bookworms.
And Jennifer Kinyak joins us with details about Alamosa's Book Passport Reading Program.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
I want to mention that once school is out, a lot of kids may not be interested in picking up another book, but how can parents keep them engaged in reading?
Well, that's a good question. There are a few ideas that I have. One is probably the most important is that the parents should read themselves. And if the kids see the parents reading, they'll want to do what the parents are doing. Also, just have lots to read around the house, plenty of books, magazines, newspapers.
Good point.
Kids like to read all kinds of different things. Some kids will like to read sports encyclopedia, one will like to read a book. So be sure your house is filled with that.
Good idea.
Something that worked with my kids when they were really reluctant to read was we told them they could stay up as late as they wanted as long as they were reading.
Ooh, that would have worked for me.
You evil genius.
It worked very well, and now they love to read. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Reading Passport program?
Yes, it's a program for kids from 1st grade through 12th grade.
Okay.
And we have a little passport booklet at the store that's available, and it has 12 books for each grade level. The kids are divided into 3 grade levels.
Okay.
Every time you read a book, you answer a question about it. You can either have your parents initial that you read it, or you can bring it into the store and we'll stamp it.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
And if you read 8 of the 12 books in your grade level, then you get a $10 Alamosa gift certificate.
Ooh,
so
that's good inspiration.
So how do you guys select the books for the Passport program?
Well, our owner selects them. She selects books that she loves, first of all, and she tries to select a good variety of books that will appeal to boys and girls, and will appeal to kids who are interested in different kinds of things and that are appropriate to the level.
Can you tell us some of the books that you've selected? You know, I know there's the girl who circumnavigated fairyland in the ship of her own making.
Yes. I brought 3 of them in, one from each of the grade levels, and that's the middle grade level for grades 5th through 8th.
Okay.
And this one is autographed. The author came in, so we have autographed copies, and we also have paperbacks. And
what's that one about?
It is about a girl who's 12 years old who one day leaves the dishes that she's supposed to be washing, doesn't say goodbye to her mother, and travels to fairyland. And it's pretty reminiscent of Alice in Wonderland, the strange people she meets and the adventures that she has.
How fun.
So, well, a lot of books are based on movies. For example, a lot of teens have seen...
Or the other way around.
Yeah, a lot of movies are based on books, rather. Thank you. For example, Russell Crowe's portrayal of Master and Commander.
Yes.
So what can parents do when students or their children say, oh, I'll just wait for the movie?
Well, the one thing that I would do, teenagers really like to think for themselves, so I would say, well, do you want the director to decide what things look like, or do you want to decide for yourself? Would be one thing you could say.
Gives them a little power and control.
Right, exactly, because you can imagine it all yourself, or you can let somebody else decide for you.
That's true.
And the book also often has more depth, and it has the author's original vision. It hasn't had to be compressed into 2 hours.
Good point, good point. And I also want to mention another book that you have that's called The Pirate Girl's Treasure, an origami adventure.
This one.
What's that one about?
This one is pretty neat. This is for the younger kids, and it it has an origami project with it.
Okay.
So
she looks like Dora.
She kind of does look like Dora. She has a cave that she goes in, and she goes up a mountain, and she wears a hat, and it's all made out of this one piece of paper, and you can follow along.
Love the
It has the project in the back, so you can make it
imagination.
along with it. And
love it.
that's just a fun activity to make the book a little more
That's
real.
fabulous. Well, Jennifer, where can we go for more details about the Passport Reading Program?
AlamosaBooks.com is our website, or you can go to the store, which is on Paseo del Norte and Ventura.
Great. And we could also call the number on the screen, go to the website, or you can also check the segment out here at Casa.com, and we will continue to remind those kids to keep on reading. I love reading, and I appreciate you being here today. Thank you
very much for having me.